Today, we're talking about the Acolyte.
Who trained you?
Which is a series that sees a former Padawan reunite with her Jedi Master as they uncover some mysterious crimes that are happening towards the end of the High Republic era. And I'm joined by the great showrunner, creator, and director of this series, Leslie Headland. How are you doing, Leslie?
I'm doing really well. I'm very happy to be here.
Likewise.
I'm very excited about the premiere tonight. So I'm very
yes.
excited to be in London.
I've watched some of the episodes already, the first 4. Looking forward to watching 2. I have a friend who's like a huge Star Wars fan, so I'm gonna bring him along.
Oh,
so,
that's great. That'll be fun.
You won't know this about me, but I am a huge thriller and mystery buff in terms of like film and TV shows. And The Acolyte, from watching episodes 1 to 4, hit the nail on the head. Especially episode 1, where I was like, where are they going? What's going on? And it made me question quite a lot. So I just wanted to say, congrats on that. You hit the nail on the head with that and absolutely loved it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Cool. I'm sure you get loads of questions about your fan fiction, which I'm not going to ask you about, don't worry, unless you want to talk about it.
No, it's so embarrassing. Please don't. I mean, it's just, there isn't anything to say except it's embarrassing, and I really loved, but at the time, it meant a lot to me, and I enjoyed doing it.
No worries. No, I will not ask. But it's completely clear to see you're like absolutely locked in to this series, the wider franchise, and all the stories, even down to the Princess Leia tattoo.
That's right. Yeah, there she is.
And I think it's fantastic, and it kind of really shows in the adaptation of this story, and it being the first original story that sits outside the Skywalker saga, and adapted to the screen, or this screen in this way. I wanted to ask, what were some of the inspirations, whether it be from other films and TV shows that you enjoyed, or things that you read when you were growing up? What helped you to really nail down the direction of the show?
Well, it's kind of clear from the fighting sequences, and eventually when the lightsaber I guess battles start kicking into gear, which is the second half of the season. Definitely a lot of wuxia and samurai films, obviously. Especially wuxia, which has like a little bit more of a floaty, romantic feeling, as opposed to a violent,
like hacking,
I don't know how to put it, but spiky.
Yes.
You do have a lot of that in, especially the second half, but I felt like the first half, that was something I was really interested in. And then, the intrigue of it all. I don't know if there was a specific film or television show, but like yourself, it's a genre I'm really interested in. And taking place before the original films, before the prequels, to have a fresh entry point into the show for audience members that may not be fans. It felt like a mystery was the way to go, just to hook them in. Of like, it's a murder mystery, like who killed this person, and how are the Jedi going to respond to that? So those were the things that inspired me. I
think you did a great job, and I think like the world building around the Jedi at that time and the different factions really shone through. You know, I'm pretty sure people will toot your horn, but genuinely believe me, I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
But speaking of that, we do see new insights into the Jedi Order, and we do see new insights into different factions and groups at that time. And we also get to see the main character, May, who, you know, is played by the amazing Amandla. And without giving much away, we see her go through this duality, let's just say. And she really wrestles with, I guess, the main theme around choice and, you know, right, wrong, and all these different things. And we see that with other characters. Was that like an intentional theme that you wanted to embed throughout the series, or was it something that came out?
No, absolutely. It felt like the like a cool way in, because again, it's not relying on any other Star Wars lore. It has to be, you know, we don't have a stormtrooper. You know, we don't have X-wings. There's just so much stuff that is the iconography of other Star Wars that it felt like, well, what are some of the main themes of Star Wars? You know, it's like it's the it's things that are diametrically opposed, good and evil, white and black, like all these different things like that. So what I was interested in is like the duality between those things. You know, if one person is bad, is there a drop of good in them? You know, if someone is good, is there a drop of bad in them? And from that point on, to be honest, a lot of the characters just sort of like, I guess,
kind of embodied
floated up, to they kind of, like you said, embodied. Because I do think that a good filmmaker, the characters will always embody your theme. There won't be a character that feels superfluous or a character that feels they're just there for exposition. You know, like, hopefully, if you're doing your job right, like even the smallest characters will embody what your theme is. And you're, you know, right on the money that it's the theme of the show is duality, and is that so? Is it that pronounced, the difference between things? So.
Yeah. So before we started, I asked you 2 of your favorite Star Wars characters that can fight, and what are they?
Obviously, Maul is the first one that comes to mind. Okay. Just so badass, so incredible, just indelibly etched in my mind as the ultimate badass. I think Lando would be the other one.
I'm Lando Calrissian. I'm the administrator of this facility.
There was something so great about Lando when you first meet him. You're like, who is this guy?
Yeah, a bit suave. Yeah.
Who is he? Like, I thought Han Solo was suave, but this guy is something else. Yeah. And then he also has this great line later on in Empire Strikes Back where he's talking about Vader and having made the deal that he made, and he says, they don't care about you. They want this guy, I don't know what his name is, Skywalker. Like, I just loved the idea that not everybody in this universe is totally plugged in the same story that we're watching. So it felt like he had his whole own other life and own other problems that it would be really fun to see him shoot or hack his way out of. So
I'm going to throw in a little bit of a twist. You're in a fighting pit, Colosseum, if you will.
Oh,
People are cheering, you know, you're dropped in the middle.
Yeah.
Who are the 2 characters that will go up against those 2 characters that you've just mentioned?
Oh, okay. This is cool. This is interesting. Grievous, for sure. For sure.
General Kenobi.
I would say Grievous and then Yoda.
I think Yoda's a pretty good choice.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I just feel like, I mean, initially I was like, is that a fair fight? Because really Yoda would wipe the floor with I would still want to see how he did it, I think. It's what I would like.
I think with those 2, you're in good hands.
Yes, wouldn't that be fun?
So
you know, anyway. So that's my answer.
No, great answers. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you.
It's been great to speak to you.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to seeing the rest of the show.
I'm glad, and I'm glad you liked it so far. It means a lot.
Cool.
Yeah,
thank you.
All right, maybe I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, see you tonight.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, okay, great.